Alright, hello everyone. Today I am here with.
Me, Glingus Hans. Hello, everyone.
Alright, hello. Today, me and Glingus will be doing the Zombie Baby tier list because Haunt Farmer just did it and it looked really cool, so we're gonna
Totally
do it.
original. This is our idea. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so cool. Um, okay, should we just start off right now?
Let's go.
Alright,
Let's do it.
Wall Hanger, what do we think about him?
Um, I think objectively, it is fairly generic. I don't think it's that detailed of a baby. That being said, the fact that you can hang him up on the wall is kind of neat. I would put him at a C,
Alright,
personally.
so our first one going in C. Basically I agree with everything you said. I think his face is pretty cool looking, and I feel like high C would make sense for him. All right, Vampire Baby. What do we think about him?
So, I think the concept is kind of cool that like he's drinking blood out of the bottle. I just think he looks kind of weird with the really dark gray color scheme. It's up to you where you want to put him. I don't know. I'm not the
Um,
biggest fan of him personally.
I really like him. I think it's a neat idea, and I think it's done pretty well. I feel like a high B would be good for him. So
Yes,
high B or very low A.
I would say high B. I don't
All
think it's
right, Troll Baby.
S. Put it in this.
Troll
No.
Baby. All right.
um.
I love
In
Troll
all
Baby.
seriousness, I think it's kind of stupid looking. I just think it's really funny
He
looking.
looks a little dumb, but the detail on him I think is pretty good.
Seeing him in person, it's not that detailed. It's kind of
Oh,
stupid looking.
he looks pretty
I
cool.
would say, I would say C. Honestly,
Put him in high C. I like him a little more than Wallhanger. He has a little more
yeah, he's
detail.
he's better than Wallhanger because I think he's funnier. But
All right, Timmy
I still want him.
Tumbles I think would be a B.
Yeah,
He's
he's good, just not as good as Froderick.
Yeah, the posable feature is really interesting, and you could do a lot of cool things with him. But his detail is incredible. But his phrase just gets very annoying very quickly. So putting him in B. Thumbsucker, I actually own Thumbsucker, and he's I love him. He's pretty cool. What are your thoughts on
I think
him?
so. I think Thumbsucker is one of the best zombie babies. One of my personal favorite zombie babies. I would someday love to get him. I think he's creepy. I think he's got good audio. I think the concept is really cool. I would say S. I think that would be our first S.
All right, that's pretty agreeable. And fun fact, he's the I think the only zombie baby to have music in the background, which is pretty cool.
Isabella. I guess she sings the music. Never mind. We'll get to her.
All right, Wiggler. Um, the Wigglers, I think they're pretty cool. I know most people don't like them, but I personally like mine. It's a really funny concept. What are your thoughts on them?
Um. Um. Now I remember when he first got Wiggler, I thought he was really stupid, but he has kind of grown on me, and I think it's really funny just because it's like just this little wiggling thing, and he just like makes the goofiest little sounds. I would say high B, maybe low A.
All right, put him like right there. All right. Siamese twins. I know you really like these guys. I'm not the hugest fan of them. I'll do. Although I do really like them. I think they're pretty cool, and it's a really cool concept, and I think it's done pretty well. So, what do you think?
S. I think they're probably my favorite zombie baby ever made. I think they're really creepy looking, and I although I did say the gray looked weird on Vampire Baby, I don't know why. I really like the gray on them, even though it is the exact same shade. I just think it's like a really demonic thing. I think it's really creepy, and I think it does it really well. I think it's best of the best zombie babies.
It's pretty good reasoning. T there. I think we might have our first A.
I like Teether. I think he's good. I don't think he's S tier, but I think he's a pretty great and solid zombie baby. I'd say A as well.
Yeah, I'd agree. One of the more gory zombie babies, not the goriest, but still pretty violent considering he's eating a hand. I think A would be a very reasonable spot to put him. Next, we have Tabletop Iris from Morbid. I actually really like her.
Um, it's interesting because she spins her head in a 360, right?
Yeah.
So I like that animation, and this is our first animated zombie baby. But I personally don't really like the design. I think it looks a little bit too goofy, just with the way like I think the eyeball draping out is really creepy and gory. But at the same time, like the very overtly green color scheme is like really like kind of throws me off. It's okay. I would say B.
Yeah, I feel like high B. I really like. I feel like her. There's too many colors, but I feel like that's kind of what I like about her. Is she's not like all the other zombie babies who have their basic color scheme. She's kind of just all over the place.
Yeah, I agree.
Burrito Baby. What do we think about Burrito Baby?
Well, personally, I think he was one of the best zombie babies from last year. I believe it was last year, right?
No, he's been released for quite a while.
Seriously?
Uh huh. I don't know how long exactly, but I know he's been released for a couple of years now.
Interesting. Um, I think definitely one of the more solid recent zombie babies. I think it's funny. I think that Nate guy Burrito Baby thing kind of I don't even know his original name. I just know him as Burrito Baby. I think he's cool. I would say B, probably below Iris.
Yeah, probably
Or-
like I'd say right there.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right. The puppets. There's a lot of mixed opinions about these guys. I personally don't really like them except the alien one right here. But I know some people really love them and some people really hate them. So what do you think?
Personally, I'm really nostalgic towards these guys because I can remember going into spirit stores and seeing them. So that might kind of like weigh my opinion or sway my opinion, however you want to say it. But I do think they're solid. I actually quite like them. I think they're a funny little gimmick that you can use them as a puppet or that you can just use them as a prop. Personally, I think I don't even know. This might be a really hot take, but I think they're an A.
Now, some of them, I could probably say that, but there's some very questionable ones.
Yeah, that one.
I feel like we could agree on B.
Okay, that's fair.
Right, high B or low B?
I would say low B.
All right, Spider Biter Billy. I like Spider Biter Billy. It's a pretty cool concept with the spiders all over him and he's eating them. I think his eyes look really cool, but without seeing his eyes, he just looks like a normal kid covered in spiders. So, I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
I think a little bit of customization, Spider Biter Billy could be awesome, but same issue with Wall Baby. What is it? What is it called?
I think it's just called Wall Hanger.
Okay, same issue with Wall Hanger. With the older zombie babies, they really like kind of exaggerate those more like unnatural tones, and with some cases that works really well. Other cases not so much. But I think this is one that was really kind of lackluster when it came to that kind of different skin tone, the one that was like obviously not a normal kid. And so for that reason, I think the spiders are cool, but they just look kind of cheap. The eyes are great, but I don't think he's that good. I would say personally, high C, low B.
Alright, that's very understandable. Speaking of spiders, we have Spider Baby. I love the Monster Baby lineup. I think they are all amazing. Especially Franken Baby and Spider Baby. But I'm excited. I'm interested to hear. Oh, and Gargoyle Baby and Alien Baby. Alien Baby is one of my favorite, but we'll get to all that later. What do you have to say about him?
I do really like that he has multiple arms. I'm not the biggest fan of him just because I think he looks a little bit goofy, but I can definitely understand why people like him. He is definitely a unique zombie baby. I would put him maybe A or B. I would say A. I would put him in A.
Yeah, very understandable. Another high A. I don't think he's actually. I do think he's cooler than Teether, just because he has multiple arms and all those eyes. So I feel like high A is very understandable for him.
Fair. That's fair.
Here you can start us off with Snack and Steve.
Snack and Steve. In my opinion, I think this is one of the more recent zombie babies that I genuinely like. Um, and I think it is very similar to Teether in the sense that he is just chewing on a severed hand. But I feel like Teether kind of held it a little bit awkwardly, and I feel like this one does kind of make it look like he's holding it. However, where he does fall short is the same thing with Spider Biter Billy and Wallhanger. While the darker and more unnatural skin tone is there, it doesn't necessarily make him look too zombie-like. He just kind of looks like, he's having like pancreatic failure or something. Um, but I do like him, and I think the detail is good. I just personally wish they would have made him look a bit more like a zombie. What do you think?
I think you had some very strong points. I actually think he does look pretty zombie-ish, but not as zombie-ish as some of the other ones. He is a pretty gory zombie baby for the more recent ones we've had, and I think a low B would be very understandable for him.
I think that's more than fair.
Right there. Alright. Ooh, snack time. Hold on, excuse me for a minute. Why don't you start us off with snack time?
Snack time is a highlight of older zombie babies for me. I feel like it's pretty much got a lot of elements. Now, it does it does have the same issue with Snack and Steve, but for some reason, the gore that makes up for him chewing on his own foot, kind of makes up for it. And it's very obvious that this is not like a normal baby. Like, there's something wrong with him. I personally feel like this is an S. S or A. I really like him.
That makes sense. I own him, and he is extremely high quality. Old Spirit Babies is really hit or miss with their quality sometimes, but his quality is outstanding. His paint job is amazing, and his overall detail is incredible. So I agree with you. Let's put him in S. All right, Slay Time. I really like Slay Time. I know some people don't like him, but I think the posable babies like Froderick and Timmy Tumbles are really cool, and I really like that they include that feature. So there's some expandability with how you can position them and whatnot. He does look kind of weird that he's purple, but again, it's really hit or miss with some of them, and I think he's a hit. So what do you think?
This might be the first one where I disagree with you. I think he is one of the more kind of generic zombie babies where like a lot of them have like something that makes them really unique. The only thing that really makes him different from the rest is the posability, and even like two other zombie babies have that. There's probably more. I don't think he's that good. I don't think. I mean, he's creepy looking, but there's nothing really that I love about him that kind of makes him distinguishable from the rest. I would put him at a C, honestly.
Oh, I agree. I'll put him at high C. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that's good with me.
All right, the Runt. I kind of have mixed feelings about him. On one hand, he doesn't look like a zombie at all, and then on the other hand, he does look like a zombie. I think he's pretty cool for what he is. I really like his face is pretty zombie-ish with the red eyes and the gnarly teeth, but his entire body, he's just looks like a normal baby with some veins on him. But what do you think?
The Runt is a good one. I don't know. I think he looks like a zombie just because of that, like, the clearly different skin tone, the gray skin tone. I think his eyes look seriously creepy. I really like him. I would put him in an A.
Yeah,
But I mean, if
I can see where
yeah,
you're coming from. If you do look at him for more than a couple seconds, you can tell he's not just a normal baby. But at first glance, he just looks kind of normal. So I agree with you. So I'll put him in A.
okay.
What's his name? I forget this guy's name. It's like
Isn't it like Slytherin Steve or something?
no, I forget. It's like what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
It's all right.
All right,
Um,
well, Snake Baby Man.
um,
I really like him. He's one of the newer. I think he's from last year, isn't he? Last year or
I
the year
have no
before that.
idea. I don't remember.
I think he's either last year or the year before that. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't really care anymore. I actually really like him. You can tell he's a zombie. The snakes on him are really cool, and he's kind of cute. I mean, look at him. He's smiling. He's all happy. What do you think?
I don't know on what world that thing is cute. I think
I mean,
it's
look
the
at him.
ugliest
Look
baby.
at him. He looks so
No,
happy.
that is not cute. I do think it's a good zombie baby though. I just don't think he's cute. He's like he's got the zombie skin tone. I think the snakes crawling over him are a nice detail, and I think it looks a lot better than the spiders on Spider Biter Billy because those are actually sculpted into him. Yeah, no, I think he's a good recent zombie baby. I would put him in high B.
I can agree with that. Also, he does look kind of cute. I mean, look at him. Look at his look.
You're
Look how
wrong. No, you're
happy
wrong.
he is.
He is the ugliest baby on the planet.
All right, I'm surprised we haven't had any D's yet.
Yeah, no, there's no zombie baby. Well, we'll see.
We're coming up on some, but Ravenous Ruby. This is another.
I'm gonna say it right here. Not a fan. Don't like it.
I kind of like her. I like her look. She reminds me of not Isabella. She reminds me of Angry Alice a little bit with the bow in the hair and the blonde hair in general. The cockroaches on her, same as Spider Biter Billy. They're not sculpted in or anything. They're just like store-bought fake cockroaches. I like her look though. I think she's kind of cool. So I feel like a middle C would be good. Like right there. What do you think? I know you're not
Yeah,
a fan.
that's
but,
fair.
all right,
I think it's fair. I do like Wall Hanger better, but I think that is fair.
there. She'll be in the middle eventually. Uh, Little Picky. I'm not the biggest fan of Little Picky. Like I've said a couple times. Old Spirit babies were kind of just hit or miss. What do you think?
I like Little Picky. I think the yellow eyes look really creepy, and the other thing is, I think it is kind of funny just because like the concept of it. I think it's got a nice gore factor. However, that gore detail is kind of like hard to see. So like if it's in like a dark area or people just take a quick glance at it, they might overlook it. Whereas something like Snack Time, it's like obvious. Hey, this thing is messed up and it's eating its own foot. But at the end of the day, I do like it, and I would say B, maybe even A.
Alright, I think high B would be good for this. Like, right there.
Okay, that's fair.
I like her a little. I like a lot of stuff a little more than Timmy Tumbles, just because they're not annoying. Next we have, I don't even know what the name of this is, nor do I really care. Need I say
Kind of
more?
generic. Yeah, I agree.
There's no detail. The hand has not a lot of gore on it. If I remember correctly, it's just like plain red paint, and that's it. There's no detail on it. It doesn't look like a zombie. It just looks like a very malnourished child. What do you think?
I don't want to. God dang. I think. I don't know. It's not. All right. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna stop trying to sugarcoat it. It's bad.
All right. We don't need to talk about that one anymore. Another coming up on another puppet. This one I like. This one I like it a little more than the skeleton one. I like that it has some blood in the mouth and the eyes look pretty creepy. What do you think?
I prefer the skeleton one. It is definitely like a sci-fi character, which I do love a lot of sci-fi characters. I just don't think it is necessarily done right. It's good, but personally, I think it's below the skeleton. But it's up to you where you want to put it.
Mm, let's just put them by each other. I didn't really do
Okay.
that. But they're not in front of each other or behind each other. Let's just put them there.
Okay, cool.
All right. Ouchie. I love Ouchie. I've been trying to find Ouchie. I can't find Ouchie, and I got an Ouchie trying to look for Ouchie. I love Ouchie. What do you think?
Stupid. Um, I like Ouchie. I think he's a classic. I think he's 2013. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's a good zombie baby.
2013, 2014, I think.
I remember he was displayed in the asylum, which I don't understand when they literally had a clown theme last year, but what that year, not last year. Um, I like him. I think his animation's good. His audio's pretty memorable. I still remember it. Yeah, I would say A or even potentially an S.
I really like him. I think he has a great color scheme. You can tell, even though he is a clown, you can also tell he's a zombie because of the skin tone under his makeup. His hair looks pretty cool. His detail's pretty good, and like you said, he's a very memorable voice line. So I feel like a low S would be good for him.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
I agree.
I think a couple of these are gonna get kind of controversial. Frankenbaby. I love Frankenbaby. I love the shade of green they used on him, and the yellow eyes just make it look really good. The bolts in the neck. He just has so much detail on him. It's incredible. The stitches, his hair, the bolts. I really love Frankenbaby. That's basically what I'm trying to get across. But what do you think?
Earlier, if you would have asked me if I liked him, I probably would have said no. But now that I've actually looked at him, he has severely grown on me. I do really like him, and I think it greatly represents the classic monster that it was based off of. I like it. I would say A or potentially even S. I like him.
I agree with you. So, what do you think? Very high A or lower S?
Let's do a lower S. I like
Alright,
him.
there you go. I like him a little more than Ouchie, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
But I also like Snack Time a little more than him, so. Alright, Molly Dolly.
D. I hate it.
Why? Come on. Alright, explain.
I think it looks stupid. I think its outfit is very generic. I think the doll is kind of cool, but I think it looks stupid. It doesn't have animation. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. I just don't think it's very detailed, especially not compared to other ones.
I really like Molly Dolly. Like you said, her dress is a little bit generic, but I also think it's kind of cool how it's dirty. But at first glance, she looks very wholesome. But after seeing the voodoo doll and listening to her audio, I think her audio is actually the best part about her. How she starts off all babyish with like baby blabber, and it slowly just progressively gets demonic. I think that's really cool. Although she has a bunch of cons and a couple of pros, I really like her, so I'll put her in high A. I mean high C. High C.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say A. My bad. I don't even Mischievous Molly. I think that's her name.
I hate that thing. I think that is the worst zombie baby made. I don't like it.
It looks very plain. It doesn't look like a zombie baby. It's just stupid little girl with red eye. I think.
It's like Facebook moms when they can't get their hands on their third 12-foot skeleton. But
yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Put it in D. Is that agreeable?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right. The lollipop zombies. I like these guys. I think they're a little bit overrated. It's very cool to see a two-sided baby. One on the what? Hold on. I think it's really cool that they both have one limb on each side. I think that's very freaky and kind of like the Siamese twins. I think it's very demonic in its nature that the lollipops are bleeding. and stuff. I think it's really cool though. What do you think?
I like him. I would say A. I don't really know what else to say. I think the details there. I like that they're two faced, and I think from at a glance it's hard to tell that they're two faced, and then boom, like the big reveal, and you see them. I really like him. I would say A or B.
All right, I agree with that. I think low A.
Fair.
Oh, Little Willie. I want to hear what you have to say first.
S. S. Absolutely love him. Might even be my favorite zombie baby. I don't know. I really love him. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. I love his face. I love the rats. I personally prefer it over a lot of zombie babies on here. I think he's us.
I agree. I love Little Willie. He's one of my favorites. I think I even like him a little more than Isabella, just because his name is a pun. His look is amazing. His eyes are super cool, and the rats are sculpted, which is kind of another plus. So I feel like high A is very reasonable.
Personally, I absolutely love him.
Wait, what'd you say?
Personally, I absolutely love him. I think he's a great zombie baby.
Very agreeable. Little Lucy. I love Little Lucy. She's probably very low A or very high S. I mean, very low S or very high A. Her detail is pretty good. She's another head spinning baby. There's a lot of those, so it gets kind of repetitive. But I think she stands out because one, she's a demon, and two, she has a tail, which is really cool. What do you think?
This for a while was actually one of my favorites. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, zombie babies. And while personally, after seeing some other ones like Little Willie, um, I think she's still great. I mean, she's still an S for me. I love the face. I love the detail. Animation's great. Audio's great. Again, plus that she has the tail. It's cool. I like her.
All right, so I put her kind of in the middle of everything in S. I like her a little more than these three, so I think that's very understandable. But I don't like her as much as these guys.
I entirely.
Hmm? Sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying that I agreed with you.
Oh, all right. Little Walker. Uh, I want to hear what you have to say first.
Personally, definitely one of the bigger zombie babies, the biggest zombie baby. No, I really like Lil Walker. I think the animation's good. The audio's creepy. Yeah, no details there. I think it's an S. I really like it.
All right. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I don't like Little Walker that much. Sure, he's pretty cool. He's pretty detailed and whatever. But his animation, I think, is pretty lackluster. That's what really holds him back, because he just kind of stands there and waves his arms. I think it's kind of boring and a little generic with zombies in general. So everything else I kind of like, but his animation just really ruins him for me. So I feel like high A or low B. I mean, low, medium to low A or high B.
Put him in. You better.
Put him in. Oh, okay, A.
Yeah, no, I like him.
I'll put him right there. I don't like him more than the runt, but do you like him more than the runt? Then I'll move him.
No, he's fine there.
All right, Kitty Cath. I really like Kitty Cath. I know some people really hate her because of the red hair and whatnot, but it's a very, very unique concept, and I think it's done really well. I think the cat ears are fun, and that she's eating a rat is pretty cool. I really like her because she almost has the same eyes as Little Willie, and I think that's really neat. What do you have to say?
I'm not a fan of this one. I mean, the animation's good, the audio's but I just don't think it's really. I don't know. It's unique. I just don't really like the concept that much. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like rat zombie babies are kind of done a lot, and I think the best out of all of them is Little Willie. So personally, I don't think she's that good. I would say B, maybe A, at most.
Alright, I feel like that's pretty good right there. I feel like it's pretty understandable. Alright, next is Jugular Jimmy, which we both have. I'll let you go first.
I mean, what's not to love? He's massive. He's got like a great stance. I mean, he's my favorite non-electric zombie baby. I really like him. Like, I seriously really like him. I think he's cool and I think he's creepy.
I feel like he'd be an S because, like, when you think of zombie babies, you probably think either now to the bad ones and kind of good ones, or you're thinking old, 10 years ago to the zombie baby playground. And when you think of the zombie baby playground, I'm pretty sure the first thing that comes to your mind is Jugular Jimmy because he was the face of that playground. I mean, he was on the swings, he was on boxes, he was everywhere. I feel like... Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
I feel like S would be very understandable for him.
I mean, I still have the display swing for mine from my original store. I think it's great.
Alright. Buddha Baby. I'm pretty sure that's what he's called. I mean, he has multiple different names, but I just know him as Buddha Baby personally.
I think he's really goofy looking. I don't think he's that good. I think he's kind of funny looking. He's not bad at all. I personally would say high B.
Alright, I could get behind that. There's not a lot much going on with him. He is pretty detailed, but he doesn't have any animation. And once you see all the other babies, he's pretty basic. So I feel like B is very understandable.
I think that's fair.
Isabella, I don't know what more to say. She's very
we don't
creepy.
really need anything
She's
else
pretty
to say.
bloody. I love her color scheme. Instead of her eyes lighting up red, her eyes actually light up pink, which I love the scheme of her. And the knife that she has behind her back and how it comes out on beat with her song, I think is just amazing, and I think she is done very well. What do you have to say?
I agree entirely. I think she's us.
Alright. I feel like right there. I like her more than Jugular Jimmy. And I kind of like her more than Lil Lucy, so is that good? Hello?
Yeah. I'm sorry, my mic might have cut out. I think it's good. I think it's fair.
Alright. Hungry Harold. This is the unreleased version, it looks like in the picture. I know he's usually brown, but I think this version of him, or do we want to rate the released version or this specific version?
The release version.
Alright, the release version, I think, was a huge step down from this. I think he's pretty cool I think it's funny how he took a bite out of the fork, and I think his stance is pretty, like, baby-like, how his legs are out with his hands, like, feed me. I think that's pretty funny. So I feel like A or B would be very reasonable for him.
I agree.
Right, do we A or B?
I would say A. I like.
Alright, put him in low A. Alright, Hung Up Hank. Let me hear your thoughts on Hung Up Hank.
Generic. Not a fan. I think the hanging gimmick is kind of cool, but at the same time, he looks kind of like just like a normal baby. With he didn't really get that much sleep. That's what it looks like to me, and I'm not a fan. I personally think it's a low C, maybe even D.
I agree all the way. I think he'd be in D because he suffers from same thing that these two suffer from. He has absolutely no detail. His paint job's terrible, and the idea is pretty cool, but like I said, there's another baby that's done it way better, so I think D is pretty good for him. I actually don't know the name of this one.
Gorman. I
yeah,
forget.
But, I love this dude. Yeah,
S though.
S.
I think it's great. Detail. Gore is there. Put him below. Yeah. Gore is there. Great detail. Creepy stance. Creepy face. Love it.
Yeah. I think this one is actually called like the Burn Baby or something. Probably not. That sounds stupid, but I love this
Burn
dude.
baby.
The gore on him, like you said, is amazing. He looks super gnarly. Uh, he's bleeding from like everywhere, and he just looks terrifying in general. If you walk past that, you know that's a zombie baby, and you know it's trying to kill you. So I feel like S is very reasonable.
Agree.
All right, another puppet. Um, why don't you start us off with this one? Because I know you like the puppets.
This one out of all of them, I think is pretty good. I think it's not the best, but I do like it over the one that we currently have in front of the skeleton. I like it more than him. I think it's good. I like it. I enjoy it.
I don't really like it more than that one, but I'll put it there for you. All right.
Okay.
All right. This one I like more than these three. Much as he doesn't have the most detail, actually, never mind, because he just looks like a normal kid. His paint job is terrible. Uh, his detail, he is more detailed than them, so I'd put him in high D. But he just looks like a normal kid. What do you think?
I think his detail is there. He just doesn't look like a zombie baby. I mean, he just looks like a normal kid. Just looks like a normal kid doing a handstand. I think that is unique, but I think it could really just be fixed with a better paint job.
I agree. You want to start us off for the next three?
Gorgeous George is fairly recent. Definitely best out of the like post 2016 zombie babies in my opinion, with a few exceptions. Maybe I don't know. I really like him. I think he's an A.
I agree with that. The newer models don't do him justice. They shrunk him down a lot. The older versions, that latex is amazing, and he's pretty big. So I feel like, right there.
Okay, fair.
Um,
Goodnight Kiss is I don't know. I it's kind of to me. I think the animation's good. I just think the red hair, like the bright red hair, is kind of face detail is great. Animation's good. Love the lighting. Audio is okay. Kind of just the generic like sound effect. Um, I don't know. I'd say an A.
I agree with you. Her audio is kind of overused, but I think I love her look. The dress detail is good. Her hair doesn't. The red is kind of hit or miss, but I think it matches her pretty good. Her detail's good. I own her. She's one of my favorites in my collection, so I feel like high A.
Okay. Good.
What do you think
Sorry,
about
my bad.
Giggles?
I don't mean to.
That's fine.
Giggles is good. I like him more than Goodnight Kiss, honestly. I think he's really creepy. I think he's got really nice audio. I really like the kind of exclusive audio that he has. I think he's got a great look. I think he's creepy. He's not really a zombie baby, but he's still very creepy nonetheless. I would say high A, maybe even S.
Yeah, I agree. I think a S or very high A would be very understandable. His audio's good, his clothing is good, and he's posable, which is probably one of the coolest parts about him. I love his audio, the maniacal laughter with the carnival noises in the back. I feel like that adds a lot of character to him. So I feel like an S would be very good for him. Gargoyle Baby. I like Gargoyle Baby. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I actually like him. He's a cute sleeping little gargoyle.
I hate it. I don't like it. I personally think it's bad. I don't really think it has that much detail. The sculpt is good, but there's nothing on paint job. other than just a matte gray, I think it's a C.
Okay, I can get behind that. He reminds me of an older version of Burrito Baby, how he's just kind of curled up. So I feel
Yeah,
like
but Burrito Baby's funny.
I feel like C makes sense. The alien one, I love this dude. I like him more than all the other puppets. I think the green eyes look really good, and the blue, uh, what's it called? Swaddle looks really nice, and then the pinkish skin tone just really evens him out, and he just looks very alien-y to me. What do you think?
I think definitely he's the best out of the puppet collection. I really like the detail. Again, really like how you can use it as a proper puppet. Love sci-fi stuff, so he's definitely my favorite. I would say an A.
I would say medium A. I like him a lot.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Here, why don't you start us off with Frederick?
Broderick is just Timmy Tumbles, but better. I mean, the animation's good, audio's good. I like the LED eyes. I prefer his outfit over Timmy Tumbles' outfit. I think he looks less weird and pale compared to Timmy Tumbles, and I think he looks creepier. Yeah, no, I would say an S.
I agree. I like the black hair, and his face looks creepier than Timmy Tumbles. Timmy Tumbles, he does have that slightly unhinged look, which is what I like about his details, but Frederick just looks more proper and kind of creepier, considering he doesn't look all torn up and messed up. He looks like more civilized and he knows what he's doing. That sounds kind of dumb, but uh, I feel like either S or A for Frederick.
I feel like that's fair. I feel like S or A is fair. I would say S. Honestly, I really like him.
All right, I'll put him next to Giggles. I'll put him in front of Giggles. Actually, I like him a little more than Giggles.
Really?
Four Eyes. I love this dude. He's another one of my favorites. He's very gory. How he has ripped out eyeballs in both of his hands. I think his yellow eyes look good. His mouth looks really cool, and I like how him and these twins right here almost look related. They're both kind of wearing the same clothes with all those um, like bites on stuff on them. I really like Four Eyes. I feel like he'd be medium S.
Uh, yeah. He's detailed, gory, creepy. I agree. He's cool.
I feel like right there would be good for him. Evil Ernie. I feel like I like Evil Ernie. It's a very funny concept in his little baby walker trying to get you. He's one of the. He's. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's the only roaming. No. Uh. Yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
the.
no, he is the only unroaming zombie
No.
baby, right?
Well, kind of. Do we want to count Ankle Biter as roaming? Because she doesn't roam.
I don't
She kind
think
of just
so. I mean,
crawls.
yeah, I guess she just kind of crawls.
Okay, so I guess he is kind of the only roaming one, which I really they should do that more. They should have done that more with zombie babies. That was a really unique idea, and I think it makes more sense to have a little baby roaming around than, you know, a vacuum or a broom.
Yeah. Well, I think
Spirit.
Haunted Vacuum is kind of cool. I like it, but that's unrelated. I like Evil Ernie. I think he's an S.
I agree. I think he's. I don't like him more than those two, but I like him more than. I feel like that's good. Doug and Phil. This looks like the newer model. Uh, but let's just say it's the older model. I love the older model. It's bloody on the hands. It's a pretty gory prop considering it's two children sewn together. That's
Yeah, that
that's
is a
pretty
really
violent.
dark concept.
Um, I think it's done pretty well. It's almost like that one comedy thing where one of the masks is happy and one of them is sad, but with sewn together babies.
That's a good way to put it.
I really like Doug and Phil. I think they're high A.
I agree. I like them. They're good.
All right, high A. Let's put them right there. I know you hate these twins, but I actually love these ones. I think I really like their color scheme and their paint job, and how they're not. almost like evil twins. They're more like happy, playful, evil zombie baby conjoined twins. They're not as evil as the rest of
Like
them,
evil.
basically.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think the bite marks look stupid, but it's up to you where you want to put them.
I feel like low B would be good for them. I don't hate them, but I don't love them as much as these guys.
I agree.
I feel like that just needed to be done. I don't feel like Thumbsucker is better than all of these, so I'll put him right there.
I think that's fair. I like Thumbsucker a lot, but
Alright, Dollface. Dollface is the only harness baby I like. I think the other two look stupid.
even Agony Ann.
No, this is Dollface. Dollface is the one in the harness. Agony Ann is the one that you can put on your shoulders.
Agony Ann was okay. Yeah, no, I think Dollface is the better harness baby. I think
Yeah,
the other ones do look stupid.
I think her audio's better anyway, considering I think she has multiple phrases, and her "Don't you want to kiss the baby" phrase is very iconic in my opinion. She's one of my favorite morbid props, and I feel like high A would be very reasonable for her.
I think so. I think that's fair.
Alright, what's this guy's name? It's like Diaper Dan or something. I don't,
I
I
don't don't like it.
I don't remember his name, nor do I really care. There's not a
D.
lot to be said about him. Devlin and Demonica. I feel like we should rate these two together, considering they're siblings.
Demonica's just better. Devlin looks weird with the weird red color scheme. Demonica's just better. I'm sorry. Devlin's B, Demonica's A.
I disagree. I think I like Devlin a little more, just cause the red. I really like the red for some reason. I don't know. I guess I okay. Put Demonica low A and Devlin high B.
I don't know the name of that thing. Block Baby. I think it's kind of void of detail. I actually okay. I like that the blocks kind of. I don't know. I like the blocks that they're kind of creepy. It's like this baby that's almost
Yeah,
taunting
I'm
you.
pretty sure they say dead too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's okay. I like it, but it's not the best zombie baby by any means. I would say B.
I agree. I feel like it'd be either C or B, very low B, because there's not much detail on her. She's kind of looks like a ghost more than a zombie, so I feel like very low B or medium C. What do you think?
It's up to you entirely.
I'll put her in
Okay.
C because I don't really like her paint job. I think it's pretty lackluster. Wretched Ralphie, I want to hear what you think about him.
A. I really liked him. I think he was the best zombie baby to come from last year. I really like him. I like his eyes. I think he's creepy. He looks like a zombie. It's obvious he just ate a rat. You know. I think he's an A. I think he's the best recent zombie baby.
I could get behind that. I feel like low A is very reasonable for him. He's up kind of bloody. I like how instead of being black, the rat is white. I think that instead of like generic black rats, we got a white rat, which is pretty cool. So I feel like A would make sense for him. I also like his stance. Devious Doug. I think he could.
I hate it.
I think he could deviously creep into D.
I hate him.
I don't like
I
him.
hate that thing. I hate that thing.
At first, I really liked him, but I don't like him anymore. He
Oh, I
suffers
thought you were
from.
talking about.
Huh? What?
I thought you were talking about the puppet.
Oh no. He at first I really liked him. No, I don't really like him. He suffers from the same thing as this girl. Looks like a ghost. Although I do like him a little more than her, but she has something. He's just sitting there maliciously with his hands together. So I think high D is okay for him.
This next one is in my opinion, the worst on this list.
Actually, I think this is the
Shut up.
I think this is the best zombie baby we've ever seen. I think it's high S.
Oh my god, I hate you. All right. No, I hate it. It's so ugly.
It doesn't look like a monster. It just looks like a. Never mind. It just does not. It just looks like a normal baby that like drank beer or something.
Drank ear?
Beer. It like chugged. It was like
so
forced.
stupid.
They
That is so stupid.
they like
no.
shoved. They made it drink beer, and this is its reaction.
Forget this one's name. This next one.
This is Creepy Tommy.
Generic.
I don't like him.
Okay.
I kind of
that
want
settles
him.
that.
I like his ears. How he's kind of like a goblin, but I think he's very generic. He's green, and that's pretty much it. He's green, and he has sharp teeth and pointy ears.
Yeah.
He's just a goblin.
Goblin bear. Yeah, he does kind of look like a goblin.
I feel like
B.
right there. Chomping Connie.
D. Do we need to say more? I hate that thing.
It's better. It's better than all of them because it has.
It's completely
brain.
void of detail. It's got stupid looking eyeballs, and its hair is stupid. I hate it.
It has socks on, and I think the socks look really stupid, and so does this stupid little tuft of hair in the front. It has like fuzzy socks on too, not just normal socks. It has like those thick wool winter socks. I hate it. Okay. Next up, Chewy. I love Chewy. Chewy is awesome. I love Chewy. The hand looks kind of weird, but his animation makes up for it. Not only does he raise the hand up to his mouth, his head turns like he's eating it, and he's very detailed. The veins on his face, the blood on his shirt and on his mouth. I think Chewy is just an incredible piece. What do you think?
It's interesting because I don't love Chewy, but I don't dislike him either. It's weird. I think he's got good animation. I do think that the raising of the hand looks a little bit like way too robotic. But he does have good detail, and I guess the extra animation is nice. I would say high A.
I can get behind that. I think I'd put it right. Should we in front or behind Spider Baby?
I'd.
Brain Eater. I like Brain Eater. I have her, but mine's in terrible condition because it was like left on a sprinkler. She's extremely gory. She's a very gory baby. I would have loved to have her in good condition where you can actually tell what she's doing and her face isn't falling off. But I digress. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't love it, don't hate it. Detail, the gore is nice. Just not really too big of a fan of it. I would say B.
All right.
Say middle of the
very
road.
understandable. I feel like high B. Bouncy, I feel like is an S. He has some of the most movement. His head turns and his arms turn, and he bounces up and down. What do you think?
I like Bouncy. I think he's a really unique zombie baby. Personally, one of my favorites. I love the vomit on his face. I think he's an S. I think he's really funny.
Too much bouncy. Bang Bang, I feel like is another S.
S, great animation. Honestly, one of my favorites. Great audio. Really like it.
Sure, some people think, she's annoying because all she does is say bang bang. Well, she's banging and you're not, so.
Alright, maybe you don't. Okay.
Stabby.
S. Great detail, awesome design, great audio.
He's very disturbing how he's stabbing a bear and it's bleeding. It's very
Another
frightening.
S. Another
Baby
S.
Reagan,
Another
I feel
S.
like is low S.
I love that. Maybe I shouldn't say that. but I do.
Excuse me.
I do really like that. I see now. I feel weird to say anything. I do really like the way it looks. I think in other cases the really obviously like pronounced skin tone looks kind of weird, but I think in this case it works really well. I think it's creepy. I like the bow in its hair, and I think it's really neat. I personally think it deserves to stay in S.
I agree. I feel like low S is very reasonable. I like her. I saw her at the Best Halloween store, and she looked pretty cool. I didn't get a good look at her because I was too busy getting some other stuff, but I saw her. She looked very cool, so I feel like low S is very normal. Would make sense for her. Next, Wolf Baby.
I hate that thing. I hate that thing.
I
I hate
love
this.
Wolf Baby. I think he looks really cool.
I think it is one of the worst zombie babies. I hate it so much
Why?
because it's so stupid looking.
I love him. I think he looks pretty cool. I think he looks funny. Silly haha zombie baby. So I feel like hi B.
C, actually fine. B, B is fine. B is fine.
Alright,
That thing is stupid. Animation's good though. Animation is good. You gotta put it in B for animation.
put it in C.
Okay. Same with the other one.
There's too much going on with its face. It sure, oh no, scary demonic baby. But look at it. It has big, goopy green eyes. It has a big black mouth.
It looks like a bug.
It does look like a bug, and then it has the pentagon on its head that takes up like 85% of its forehead. It's 4 and it's like 2 and it has a receding hairline. How is that possible?
I don't even know what this next one is.
This is the
What
other
is that?
harness baby. The
It
one
looks
that's
stupid.
these two do. Dollface is the only good one.
I don't even like Dollface that much.
Morbid made a good idea and then was like, "Hey, what if we did it but with big spooky symbol and absolutely no detail?"
She looks like a mom who like took her kid to Disney World and would have a tattoo of like I don't even know, that was stupid.
It's
I
not
don't
even
want to
a
talk
girl, it's a boy.
That's a
And
dude.
it has a bowl cut.
I couldn't tell.
I hate it. Although this one has more details, so I'll put it in front of it. Need I say more?
I think he's really funny. I think he's S. I think he's really funny.
Need I say more? He's He's really tiny, but he's really fat, so it doesn't make a lot of sense how he's that tiny and that obese at the same time. So I love him.
I just broke my damn. Okay, that sucks.
Okay. Anyways, Ankle Biter. I think Ankle Biter is really cool. Her animation is super good. She crawls, and then sometimes she'll fall over, and you'll probably be like, "That's stupid," but she like falls, and then she falls. She like has a little tantrum, and she'll get back up again by herself and start crawling. That's awesome.
Dude, I want to. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna threaten to hit the baby because I don't like it.
Okay. Well, where do you want to put it?
Okay, I'm being too harsh. I think it's A. I actually really like its motion, but its face looks goofy, so A.
Its face looks kind of goofy, but I like it. Angry Alice. I have her. I don't really like her that much. I think she's pretty cool, but she's really stupid. She's just an angry toddler.
Well, he has my Angry Alice. The one I sold it to him after getting it in a lot, and personally, I didn't really like it enough to keep it. I think it's stupid looking. I think it's
Don't make me angry.
I think it's got really dumb audio. I don't really like it. That's why I sold it to him for like $40. It's okay. I'm not the biggest
feel
fan
like
of
B.
it, but I think it's
B.
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 Yeah.
Right there.
S. Just put it in S. Don't say anything. Just S. Just S.
That's kind of. Why does that line up so good? Look, it like perfectly lines up with his neck.
He's like growing out of his head.
Agony Ann is high A.
I like Agony Ann. It's creepy.
Her face looks really freaky, and her audio is, I can smell your brains. I think that's really cool. And then we have the rest of the Wigglers.
S. Yes.
hate this one.
Put it in S.
No, I hate this one.
My favorite.
I hate this one. I like the other two, but I hate this one. This one looks stupid.
I think it's really funny looking, but it's really dumb. I would get it just
because
because
it's better than all of these. But I really like the devil one. I feel like low B. And then I don't really like this one, but it's better than that one. So C. Do you agree with those?
Agree with.
Okay. Well, we finished it. This is the final result.
Sorry.
I feel like this is a pretty understandable list. I feel like people will agree with this. What do you think?
I think it's good. I'm happy with it. I don't think there's anything we really need to change.
Yeah, this is very understandable. I feel like Alien Baby is probably the best out of the babies. Okay, so yeah, this was an hour-long video of us ranking zombie babies because we saw Haunt Former do it and it looked fun. Anything you want to say? You want to do are you going to upload this or are you not going to do it?
I'm probably not going to upload it just because I don't feel like editing it.
Okay, well, do you want to do an outro or we both do outros or just you?
You do it. You just do it.
Okay, well, Glingus' channel will be in the description along with his Mercari, so go buy something and go subscribe to him.
Give me money. I need money now.
Yeah, what's it called? Thank you guys for watching. This is a very long video. I'm surprised it was this long. Excuse me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to me and Glingus. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching.